Okay, we're running.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bellmont Board Trustee meeting, November 19th, 11 a.m. Sorry if I'm running a little bit late, guys.
Shall we say it's 11:11?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'd like to do a roll call, please.
Bill Woods.
Peggy Walling here. Barb Bruce here.
Wendy Johnson here.
Claudia Dant, clerk.
Chris Roberts here.
Thank you. Can we do the pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First, I'd like to announce that we have a resignation of a trustee. Leon Raver has resigned, and we had a certified letter from him saying so, that the board accepts his resignation.
I move to accept the resignation.
No, you were asking. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
A second.
And I accept it also. And here's a copy of it, and I will leave that back in my file, please. And so we did have 3 votes on that. And Barbie, did you say?
Yes, I'll accept.
Okay, thank you. Next, everyone has received the minutes for September and the no quorum October, November 12th. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll move to approve the minutes for September and October and November. Or I guess September and October.
Yeah, really, so far.
Or November.
Yes, And, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have approval of closed session minutes for September?
I'll make a motion to approve the closed minutes for September.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. May I have approval of bills and financials, which you all have had for some time now, and then the, new bracket came out this past weekend.
And the new what?
The draft and then the original is on the table today. For, October and November. May I have a motion, please?
I'll move to approve the financials for October and November.
Have a second? All in favor? Roll call vote, please.
Bill Woods, aye.
Peggy Walling, aye. Barb Bruce, aye.
And then the, okay, Peggy, could you give us a water report, please?
Yes, sure. Today's readings on the 19th, we had 1.8 at the tower, 1.2 at City Hall. Tower levels 119, and that was up to 50 this morning. Pressure's been good at both wells. 13,340 gallons.
13,400.
2 wells. Do we have any of the reports from the trustees?
Shelter house has been really busy this fall. That was, I think, 4 weekends in November. We had several people use it October and in September. Things have wound down with the recreational league for now with winter approaching. We did have a tournament scheduled that was forecast to rain, but things are looking really good. We've got concrete poured and everything up for the dugouts to be finished in the spring. Everything's moving in a positive direction. Things have been painted and cleaned out, and things are moving along.
Sounds good. And anything else, Travis?
Been getting a lot of comments from people around town about how nice it looks, and they really appreciate, all the volunteers and the new board working, and the administrators for all this, work, trying to get anything started or at the beginning of it. Really appreciating what he's done.
I do want to note that Dennis is, not doing well, and, we do need to take into consideration all the work he has done for the village, and, we'll move for recognition on that in the next couple of months.
I'm gonna go back to the fire department. My dad worked with him in the sixties, as probably your dad did and family, getting the volunteer fire department established and going here.
Okay.
It's really been an asset to the community.
All right, I, handed out the PNC proposal some time ago for us to review, and then I did receive a notice, it would be in your older,
Oh,
package.
okay.
You said T and T?
PNT proposal, and then Republic, I contacted them and asked them for their new, proposal, and, I did hand that out to you all today to review. Just got it to me, and they are going to, renew our old contract for 5 years, and so we'll take that in consideration also.
Is that what this city of Robinson thing is?
He just gave me a copy of what they just renewed that with City of Robinson. Normally they write it up, I think is the way he explained it, but because of that's how they did it this year, that he would just send that on to me and I'll send it in the same program. So we'll review that, and then next month I'll put it on the, agenda for us to take a vote on. If you guys will review it and do the math and see what you think is best. I do want to remind you that when we review our bills, when people don't pay their trash, we're just about short of time. And one thing that, we did is that the second, I want to call it canister, the trash can that we supply, that we need to be charging that additionally if they want the second one, that we need to give them the option, do they want the second one, and then charge them that additional $5, because we have been absorbing that cost for some time now, the whole time that I've been here. So, we probably want to ratify that. And so if you keep that in consideration, what TNT has offered also, TNT also, it would be the same principle.
Were you able to find out if TNT has the arms that come down and pick it up?
They do
or
have a
is-
truck.
So, things, that was one of my major concerns.
Yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If someone owns their own trash can, but it's put out and that's the second trash, are they charged the extra $5 for the disposal of that trash, even though they own their own trash can, the second one?
Yes, they would be charged for anything above the one trash can,
Okay.
if we agree with their contract.
Okay.
And that would be on both companies. And, yeah. So, and like I said, review that and we'll put it on the agenda next month to take a vote. I was going to expire until January of 25. And then of course TNT would be a new service for them. They're eager to get our business and they are local. So, the DCO grant, that is the one that we have been applying for the whole new water system. That has been backed up now. I think I explained at the September meeting that, they had now, the price is $2 million. The, DCO had brought down the grant to $1 million instead of $1.5, and so they were asking us to consider the 2 stages. Do half the town, and the other half the town that needs reapplication. They did clarify that it would only be one engineer fee, because that's what I was concerned too, if they were applying for new grants and we had a second engineer fee, we would not, it would all be included on that first one, and payable on that second, I believe, like I explained. But everything has been put on hold at this time, and then they will reapply for the permit next year, and we'll continue moving forward on that.
In the beginning of the year, or?
In the beginning of the year. I had, wrote in my notes that, Dennis had asked for some dirt. We did not have dirt to give him, but I think he did find a source.
and unfortunately, he's, not able to work anymore on that, so come spring, we'll let that board take care of that dirt. Just needing it for the ball field. And, we had gotten a little bit of dirt, but not enough to supply what they needed. We relocated the burn pile, it is no longer gonna be at the park, and it's at the, lagoon, a specific area in the lagoon where we'll be burning our stuff. And that is, again, that's just the brush and so forth that comes down during the storms or what we have to cut down and break off. I did wanna note that, Chris had mentioned to me that he would be willing, as a city worker to pick up storm branches and so forth that along the side of the road and, did you also say on occasions where people knew they were having, and they didn't have a burn pile, that you would pick that up and
To an extent, if they just have a limb come down out of the tree or something, put it out by the road and I can pick it up.
if they notify us and let us know, then Chris would be able to do that. Unless any of you have a problem with that.
It's a great service for
I
our
do
community.
I do too.
I wanted to, address the harassment nuisance that has been taking place in the village. Those nuisances, those harassments need to be reported to the sheriff's deputy at any time and every time, and then, also report it to me, so I'm very much aware, okay? The bus stop parking lot on Main Street, I think that we need to consider going ahead and getting that concrete out of that, what used to be the rock bed, and, if we could all let it move, and, getting that concrete out of there and actually graveling it and making it a parking place for
You're talking about getting off for motor fuel.
yeah, most of that for a
gravel.
parking lot, full
Okay.
parking lot. And that would be next year, that.
Okay, I just, I'm looking at buying our rock that we have from motor fuel
Oh, no.
to put there, but
No,
not in
actually,
motor fuel
if we-
for parking lot.
Yeah, if we
Okay.
wanted to do that, we could, because it's already paid for, and it's used in the city limits, so that's not a
Then we
problem.
would buy it from our stuff and the motor fuel
Yeah.
that's not getting.
And speaking of that, we have purchased, the regular funds account has purchased 3.5 tons of rock for, the rock, Park Road on the other side of the cemetery. And that I did check with Northfield Tax Funds about that, and so we've issued a, invoice, and Lorraine is taking care of that. Might even be in the bill today, I can't remember, but I know I did do that. And that was approved. And if we continue to take more, then we will produce another invoice, and currently, I got the current rates from Mr. Bailey, and it's all documented that way.
Okay.
We had a water ordinance violation. I want to remind us all that, we cannot supply water to another residential area. If someone has a, water leak and they're turned off for the day with something or another, and they need a gallon of water for, drinking or whatever, that's understandable. But to actually be supplying the water to another residential, homestead, that's against the ordinance.
You mean if they have no service?
If they have no service.
No service.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My only issue with that is the ordinance, so I studied the heck out of this yesterday. Supplying a residence with water is running a line to that water, such as a garden hose. Supplying that home with water. If you're providing somebody drinking water in a jug or whatever, that's not supplying a home. The ordinance does not cover an individual. It covers supplying a home.
We could look at that, and.
And I mean, I looked at it extensively yesterday.
And it stated just supplying, it
Supply.
doesn't say run a line, it doesn't say give a
Supply
route.
line.
It doesn't say.
Supplying a home is a line.
It doesn't say that in the ordinance. It
I
says
know, but it does not
supplying
say,
water.
it says supply.
It says supplying.
I know,
water.
and I
It
will
doesn't say
argue
line.
that all day long, because I
Okay.
read it.
So what I think that we should do then is to review that and then, bring that to, make a decision if we need to rewrite that ordinance.
It needs to be
clarify.
clarified, or it needs to be, I mean, I understand the fact of this person not wanting to pay a water bill, a trash bill, sewer bill, and running a garden hose next door saying, don't worry about it, I'll cover it. or burying an illegal line and supplying. I get that. But somebody getting a 5-gallon jug of water is not supplying a home.
Well, what about if they're doing 400 gallons a month? Are we supplying water?
I mean, that's different.
When you-
I don't know what it is. I'm just going off the ordinance itself,
So you're
how it
thinking that
states,
needs
and I
to be-
contacted Joe Judge to ask him as well. And I'm still waiting on a full response, but from the water department itself, I have plenty of people that work for Mount Carmel Water Department, that they also have that whole supplying of another residence. It's illegal.
Yeah.
However, supplying a residence is running a line to that residence, not them getting, because I can go to Walmart and get a jug of water.
Sure.
I mean, I can go to Walmart and get a 5-gallon jug. I mean, there's many ways of getting that water, but the ordinance specifically states supplying. And
So it's
where it
like
doesn't
that
state what type of supply in town use, supply means running water to that location, whether it be by garden hose, by other line, by other means necessary. But somebody comes in, hey, can I get a gallon, 5-gallon jug or whatever, and I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just going based off of the information at hand. I don't know the depths of it. I just went over the ordinance itself. And I believe that ordinance to be very inadequate in enforcing it. We can't go after any individual for supply, anybody in this town. I mean, like, even down here, if Randy didn't want to pay his bill and I ran my garden hose over and said, hey, here you go, yeah, that is 100% wrong. But now, like you said, if his water main broke or whatever and he was out and I come down here and say, hey, can I run a line over to him while he's getting that fixed? That's a different story. But I think we really need
How
to
would you
look.
supply water through a water hose to someone else if you're not actually tapping into their line?
It gets done a lot in Evansville, Princeton, different places. I
You
used
can
to
hook
work.
onto your spigot and their spigot, and that line goes both ways.
Yeah,
Well, we've got ordinance on that too about the backflush, so.
yeah. So the,
Let's review that.
Yeah.
And if we need to rewrite that ordinance, we will, because, especially in small towns like this, we do have, what we call squatters that steal water, that do not pay the bill at all. And then when you start considering someone is, stealing water or, being supplied illegally with 400, 500 gallons of water.
but we can't really prove that.
Well, we can't because, we need meters.
Right, but you don't know where that water went. Because,
Okay.
like,
But if you
I may
witness-
use
If
20,000.
you witness water being used, then you know what's happening.
All right.
So, we can look at that.
Yeah,
on
we
this.
need to review it. And I mean, that's just from my personal
Sure.
reading, because I've been reading through the ordinances to try to learn them myself. And there's quite a few that need to either be rewritten or gone. They're honestly,
If you'll give me
They're a
a
little much.
list of the ones that you think are not up to par, I will be having our attorney review those also,
okay.
and so we'll know where we need to go from there.
Okay.
Heaven forbid to hand you a
So
bottle
in-
of water.
Pardon, sir. And so then, all of my notes was election packages, and of course, they're come and gone. We did have some storm damage, and Chris did pick up what we did. Chris and I both helped on that. And that's all I have to report on old business. On new business, scrap inventory, Chris has been making a list of our scrap that I need the board to consider if they would like us to, haul that over to, is it Burns Prairie? And, scrap these things, if you wanna try to rid off stuff that is broken and not usable. Do you have that list handy right here, Chris, that I could show? He's been making a list and I'm sure it's still broken. But I need your input if you think that needs to be done, if we just need to.
Are you talking like metal, aluminum,
Yeah,
things like that?
yeah, things that just are not working, not usable, and
Where'd you put them?
it's good stuff. And then I'll just pass that around for them to review.
I think it's okay to scrap things that aren't usable, mainly they're non-repairable. The only thing that's workable, I'm pretty sure we have to get a bid on, what we're doing.
Okay. And, everything that you have listed here is, not workable. If there's one thing that you said you possibly could replace, I think you wrote that on there. So I just want you all to review that, and then, do we wanna go ahead and, make a motion to scrap stuff that's obviously, not usable, or does the board want to do it individually on a list monthly, or every 6 months or something, to see what exactly we're thinking about letting go?
Where are we putting all this scrap? Like,
Right now, it's taken up space, it's on the
Like
side of the
here,
building here.
Some of it's out at the ponds and that
Yeah.
big pile out there, some of it's out here beside this building.
okay.
And it's a matter of trying to just get everything cleaned
The
up.
equipment's out here, and then there's stuff inside the building, like old chairs, stuff like that. They're inside, but the fence posts, pipes, everything are down at the ponds by the concrete pile,
Okay.
which needs to go to.
Yeah, so, I mean, my personal opinion would be if we can't use it and it's just taking up a spot and looking trashy,
Old rusted fence
if
posts.
we can recoup even a little bit of money from it by scrapping it,
Yeah.
then go for it.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Then I will ask for a motion to approve scrapping upon a given list to the board, as needed. And so we have a list presented before us today.
Where's the money
We'll
locked
let
up?
Dylan take a chance to look
I
at it.
ain't
before
touching
I
it,
ask
you
for
can
a
haul it
motion.
off.
Where's the money?
And, then,
General fund,
and if
probably.
there's anything that you don't, see on there that you think needs to go at
Oh,
this
you're fine.
time,
Yeah.
and we'll look at that.
Linda,
Pardon?
he wants to
Can't
know
hear
where
you,
the money's
Patty.
gonna go.
The floor's not open right now, the board is discussing this, thank you.
Is there anything that needs to be like separated, different kinds of metals or anything like that?
That's not worth all that.
No. Could get less money, but.
Yeah, but you only make one trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you could have had it done.
Yeah, I agree.
Too small, after you pay
No,
your
I was
gas.
asking,
I'll make a motion, cause
You
we're
can
gonna spend
separate
more
it
money
out when
trying
you
to
get
fix
there.
that stuff
Yeah.
than
and all in
it's
favor of
worth.
the scrap list today?
Aye.
Not like it used to be done.
And then, I will have, Claudia read what's on the scrap list, so that the public will be aware of what we're letting go. Thank you, Claudia.
None of that stuff, I don't believe, would have been bought with motor fuel tax money.
I don't know, I can investigate that. But
And
either
it would
way,
go back in general fund.
yes, right. But I can look into it.
I can't think of anything there that would have been.
Yeah.
Dylan, will the money go in the general fund or?
I'm assuming that it would go back to the fund that was used, so like she said, if it was motor fuel tax, it would go back to that, if it's general, it would go back to general.
Claudia, can you read that?
Salt spreader motor, and the motor's frozen up. Small bush hog, the gearbox locked up. Old lift gate motor, and the motor on that's burnt out. Blade for tractor, which is worn out. Teeter-totter pipe, ton truck, old something table forms, picnic table
Yeah, the
forms
old picnic
that are
table,
rusted
right.
out. Old fence and posts at the pond. Old pipe and posts at the ballpark. King cutter tractor blade. Their welds are broken in two pieces. Yellow floor jack with bay, in the bay, has been replaced now. The small heater has a short and it's not safe, doesn't work. 4 desk chairs in the shop and the back building. Old lift station control panel, so there's 2 of those. That's the list.
Okay, thank you. And so we did have a first and a second, and all in favor were yay. Did you get those?
No.
Who was our first, please? Dylan, and our second was Peggy, and then all in favor was a yay. Next on the agenda, I want to discuss, employee Christmas bonus. We can, I suggest that we do the same as we did last year. We went $55 for our PRN employees and $110 for our full-time, or our, well, at that time it wasn't a full-time worker, it was a part-time, but it had the 30 hours. And we went the little bit above so that we were hoping that they would clear the actual 50 and the actual 100. And I propose that we do that again, and at this time, if anyone would like to go in a closed session and discuss that more, we can, or we can continue on and do it the way we did last year. We do have, one PRN employee, Ryan, and, we have, Chris, that would qualify for the 100, and then, Claudia, being secretary, I don't know where she actually falls. Yeah, she
You always
was.
get mixed up.
They look like.
Well, I guess. Maybe if you get a beard like that, we're gonna talk.
I'm not sure who should be offended.
She does have a lot more hair than he does.
That is very true.
Well, no.
That is the last that I have. Let's see. Cody, do you have a report on the OSAD?
Osrad?
Osrad, right. Where we're at on that?
No, we did turn it in on time. We got one, message a few days ago that said if we had any questions or anything, we could call in and ask. I didn't have any questions, but the, final say on it is due December 1st, and they would send out letters as, concerning who was awarded the grant. They did have a lot of, applications, and they will not be able to award all the money, and, people who, okay, and that was concerning the full amount grant. Full amount was $600,000. They also apparently had partial grants that were for lesser amounts, and we never applied for that, and I don't know anything about the particulars, because we just didn't apply for that, and those have already been awarded. So we're just waiting until December 1st to see if we got anything. And anybody who wasn't granted is invited to apply again. So
Is that like a first round and a second round? Do you recall?
I don't know. I think it's first round, but I don't know. And if anybody's not familiar with OSLAD, it has a long title, but it's for the park, and we asked for $600,000 as a distressed community.
Yeah, it says, the second review will be completed. So there's gonna be a second review, it was done in 2 cycles.
First cycle was those less than the full amount, and second review, as I understood it, was for the $600,000.
Okay. Alrighty, and, at this time, I'd like to, is there anything else from the board? I'd like to open the floor for public comment.
Floor open.
The floor is open.
David King, citizen of Bellmont. I want to ask you, how was the October meeting? Where was it at? October meeting.
We had no
Read it.
quorum.
No, you never. She left.
I said we had no quorum.
No forum? How'd you
Quorum.
pass?
Quorum.
Quorum.
Yeah.
We didn't have
Okay.
Meeting, no meeting.
No meeting.
And I
Well, how'd you
believe,
pass the
do you
bills and
recall I
stuff?
come back
We
and
didn't.
announced that, right? I did, didn't I?
So no meetings, no nothing. How'd you pass the bills and stuff?
They got passed this
At
morning.
this meeting?
Yes,
You didn't have
did you
enough
hear
board
that, sir?
members to do anything, but you passed it in November, right? what you done?
Yes, we passed the bill for October and November
Yeah?
this morning.
Okay, so you
Were you-
didn't have
were you
enough
here?
board members for October, is what you're saying?
We had no quorum in our October meeting and our first November meeting. So then we had to do a second meeting in
Mhm.
November. And
November,
bills went through this morning and they were passed,
okay?
okay?
That's what I need to know.
Thank you.
And I wanna know why. Every time somebody drives around town, I got the sheriff showing up at my house or somebody else's house. 'Cause somebody's laughing. You know,
I have no idea.
well, they say, well, a while ago, Barbie Bruce called the sheriff and said I cussed her out and everything. I did not cuss.
Oh, you don't have a history of cussing at her? or
No, I didn't
anything
cuss, I laughed.
Good, good.
When I laughed, she called and told the
Let's just
sheriff
not
that I
communicate
was
with the floor.
cussing
Let's
her.
not communicate with the floor.
I
Let him speak.
reported,
Don't
I
respond,
also,
Barbie.
no, I'm going to.
Don't
I
respond.
reported when you dropped the S-bomb at me, and if you look
What
back on your
bomb?
video.
F-bomb. I laughed.
No, last time I tried to come in this building.
No, I never.
Okay, let's
Everything's on video.
just let
So, sir, I'm
the
not
floor
really sure
speak
what your problem is.
and.
Are
let
you
it go.
done?
My problem was every time somebody speaks, you just wait till look, you call the sheriff.
Are you done?
Okay, they show up my door. Somebody laughed.
Are you
I
done?
laughed. Okay, ha ha. So you call the sheriff? You can't even tell what anybody's saying or anything else, but you call the sheriff. That's just like here, you call the sheriff,
Sir,
come in
you're not
here
allowed
in
to
these
come in
meetings,
here
in
and
these
harass
meetings,
us. All right,
and
Dave,
babysit
Dave.
you people.
Can you please sit down now?
Please call the sheriff. He
You
said if
baby
he didn't
sit.
remain civil to
You
call
are
him.
harassing
And
us
he
now.
has
Can
passed
you
civility.
please
My
sit
5
down?
minutes, let me talk.
Can you
When
please
I'm
sit
done,
down?
you
hold on.
Said if he
Hold on,
gets
hold on,
out of line,
He
stop.
said if he
call
got
him.
on the
Hold on,
out of
hold on.
line
Said
to
if
call
he gets
him.
out of line to
Hold on,
call him.
everybody just,
Sir,
I'm gonna say
asked
something
you to
real
sit
quick.
down.
No.
Damn, my 5
Hold on,
minutes.
David, everybody just hold on. This yelling, this screaming, we do not have to respond, so everybody at this table, I know I'm not mayor, but just be quiet. Let them hoot and holler, let, whatever he
I
has.
talk loud.
No, I know, I do too. But you do become overpowering, overbearing. And they don't have the sheriff's department come in because it's baby. Hold on, let me finish. It's not the babysit. It is honestly because the group gets out of hand in these meetings.
Oh, out of hand, 'cause I talk loud.
No, that is not why. I'm not accusing you or anybody, I'm just stating. And you know for a fact, you can look at your video, you FOIA. Things get way out of hand.
How's it get out of hand, me talking loud?
You guys get to cussing
Because you don't
yelling.
approve my, I'm
Oh,
talking.
no, I talk
Oh,
loud.
wait a minute
too.
here.
I talk
Now I
loud.
can
No,
hear
you're
a little
talking
bit.
louder now. No,
Okay.
that's not what we're talking about. The sheriff's department's
At
here
this
because
time-
we can't conduct a meeting.
Okay.
You're shutting me down is what you're doing.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Well, shut up, everybody, let me talk my 5 minutes.
And I'm just.
You're telling me how to talk.
No, I'm
Mr.
just saying, just relax.
I
and let's
reminded you
talk.
for
I
it
am.
not to
We
be a
can't fix
harassment.
anything if there's a big argument at every other end
Well,
of the
then
table.
tell them to shut up, let
I
me talk
can't
my
tell him
5
to
minutes.
shut. All I'm saying is, let's just let him talk, don't respond, and let it go.
Absolutely no error with that.
All right. You got 3 minutes left from your 5, because you already.
3 minutes from my 5.
Because you
All
used
right.
to, so let's do
No,
it.
let's call the sheriff and
Dave, I
everybody.
have to remind you though, that if it's in a harassment attitude, that I will have to
Harassment.
shut you
Lynn,
down.
shut up!
Are you telling me to shut up?
Well, you're talking my 5
Okay.
minutes.
Sir, that's harassment. You can go ahead and leave.
Harassment.
You can go ahead and leave.
911.
Okay.
He said
No,
Shut up.
don't call
I wanna talk my 5 minutes.
Right there.
We tried, and all you
No,
did
you're
was
not.
stand up there
You're
and
still
holler.
flapping your
You're
jaws.
done. You're done. Sit down, please.
No, I want my 3 minutes.
Okay,
I want my 3 minutes.
I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna.
No, I want my 3 minutes.
Linda, give him his 3 minutes and just let him talk and everybody be quiet.
Um,
It will make things a lot
I
easier
understand what
without
you're
trying to
saying, Dylan.
Yeah, it
control
would.
each other.
Dylan.
Just set the 3 minutes and give it to him and be done. He is legally right to 5 minutes, and you know I don't back
Study,
people
I'd
up.
like you to study your,
I
on that one too,
understand,
okay?
but
Thank
can
you.
we not just
give him 3 minutes, but
try
I'd
to
also like you to
avoid
study
the
that.
conflict?
Thank you.
Can I start? I
Yes.
guess I can. You know, it's awful. I know I talk loud. But I get tired of you calling the sheriff because people drive around town, stuff like that. You lie. I get tired of you lie. You sat here and you slandered my granddaughter. Slandered her. No apologies. Damon's lost. Child trafficker. No apology. And you think I'm going to sit here and not come to the board meetings when you say you're lying to me? That's the reason I come back. I come back because you are liars. When you tell me the truth, I won't come back. I've seen a lot of bullshit in this town. And all I see is 3 bullshitters.
Would you watch your language and do not
Oh,
harass?
now you're butting in again. I can talk any way I want.
No, sir, you can't.
Yes, I can. It's called freedom of speech. Or didn't you read that one?
Until you infringe on someone else's.
All you are is witches. 3 old witches sitting on the board. You want to tell everybody how to do it, how to talk, when to do it, how to do it, how to wipe your ass even. And it's getting old. I've had enough of this town. When people sit here and try to tell people when you can drink water, when you can't drink water, and shut people off and threaten people in town. You threaten people. And don't you think we hear about it? And go in people's yards and property and act like you own it. You don't. You better think about it. You read all you want, but there's consequences. David King, I'm done.
Thanks, sir.
Dan, I will remind you to give you the mayor's authority on that and do a meeting when someone does get out of hand.
Oh, I
The mayor
understand
has
what
the
it is.
authority to
I understand.
ask them to sit down, be quiet, and if they do that, do not, then they have the authority to ask
I
them to.
do understand that 100%.
And it is not my, it is my responsibility not to subject the trustees to name calling.
I understand that. I
Okay.
understand that, but
All right.
I will say this. 9 times out of 10, since I've been here, yes, David and Bill come across very aggressively. They do. And I do sometimes. I got up and walked out one night. Yep, got pissed. My point being is, we don't have to respond to the public. Sit here, give them their time, don't say a word. Because 9 times out of 10, I know for a fact, he won't call anybody a name if we just shut up and let him talk. But nobody at this table but me can do that. And I learned that after the last meeting. I mean, Peggy don't say much. But I learned that after the meeting that I got up and walked out with an attitude and mad as hell. That if I don't say anything, they don't say anything. So, and we've talked about this, so let's just sit at the table, let them talk, end the meeting and go home. Let's see how it works. It may work, it may not. I don't know. But let's try something different, because what we're doing is not working. It hasn't worked since I got here. I don't say much. I sit here, I keep my mouth shut, I read, I vote. If I wasn't here for information, I abstain from that vote. But I don't interact. This is the first time I've interacted, really, other than asking a question last time. But I just want there to be a chance. I want this to be so less stressful. And it can be in so many ways, if everybody puts forth the effort together. David talks loud, I talk loud, Bill talks loud, we're all half deaf. But I do understand what you're saying. I do understand how a lot of it can come across intimidating. And I'm not taking up for nobody, I'm just speaking from the heart. I want this room to be under control. I want it to be protected, and I want it to be a safe space for all the people, us and them, to communicate and voice their opinions. Yes, I do feel like sometimes we bring it down a little bit. Everybody can.
Yeah.
And I know Bill Evelyn, I've known him since I was that tall. If you come at him with respect and calm, he will respond with the same. Even when he disagrees. Me and him have had many We just need to change some things and make it a little more cordial. That's all I'm
Name calling
gonna
is not.
say. And name calling is wrong, yes. On all sides, name calling does need to cease all the way around the board. I mean, I get it. I call my ex names every once in a while. It's not nice. Shouldn't do it. Right, no, I'm just saying, it's not nice, shouldn't do it. So, I mean, here, if we wanna get things done, we've got to communicate.
Dylan, I can appreciate your efforts. I do realize that you've, missed quite a few meetings that you haven't seen the last.
But I know,
The
I
last
do know.
meeting did not even get to happen because the floor wasn't open and then all of a sudden there was a.
I know, and that is something as well.
So I have to try to keep moving along.
I know.
At this time, I'm going to ask, do we have any appointment of any new trustees? Okay, let's talk about our next meeting date. It should be the second Tuesday of the month in December.
Which would be what day? It's on the calendar behind you there, or, there you go, thank you.
December, second Tuesday be the 10th.
December 10th. Can we try the 6:30, which is our normal meeting time? But then we'll have a conflict with that.
I don't.
Unless I have another surgery.
I hope not. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and go with December 10th, 6:30 PM for our next meeting. We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
How is?
Meeting is over at
11:53.